Up in the mountains, it's lonesome all the time. Soft wind blowing through a sweet potato vine. Up in the mountains, the mountains in the fog. Everything is lazy like an old hound dog. I was born in the mountains, never raised a pet. I don't want nothing and I haven't found it yet. I was born in the mountains, I was lonesome born. I was raised running ragged through the cuckoos and corn. I never knew my pappy, I guess I never should. I think he was a fiddle made of mountain laurel wood. I never had a mama to teach me pretty please. I think she was a whipoowill skipping through the trees. I never had a brother, a whole pair of pants. When I start to fiddle, you gotta start to dance. Listen to my fiddle, kingdom come, kingdom come. Hear the frogs a chucking, juggerone, juggerone. Hear the mountain whippoorwill, lonesome in the air. I'll tell you how I traveled to the Essex County Fair. The Essex County got a mighty pretty fair, and all the smarter fellas from the south go there. The elbows shuck 'em as they rosin up the bow for that first prize contest in the Georgia Fiddlers Show. There's old Dan Wheeling with whiskers in his ears. He'd been the kingpin fiddler for nearly 20 years. And Big Tom Sargent with his blue wall eye. Little Jimmy Weezer, he could make a fiddle cry. They all kicking back, acting high and being proud, tutting in a tune, and as the judges told the crowd, him that gets the mostest claps is wins the bestest prize. And everybody's waiting for that first twiddle-dee when in comes stumbling hillbilly me. I bowed right pretty to the judges and the rest. I took a silver dollar from my pocket in my vest. I laid her on the table, I said, there's my calling card, and anyone that whoops me is gonna have to fiddle hard. And old Dan Wheeling, he was laughing fit to holler, and little Jimmy Weezer said, there's one dead dollar. And Big Tom Sargent had a yellow-toothed grin, but I tucked my little whippoorwill up underneath my chin, and I petted it and tuned it till the judges said begin. Big Tom Sargent was the first in line. He could fiddle all the buzz off a sweet potato vine. He could fiddle down a possum from a mile-high tree. He could fiddle up a whale from the bottom of the sea. And you could hear hands slapping till they spacked you in the raw when he finished variations on turkey and the straw. And little Jimmy Weezer was the next to play. He could fiddle all night, he could fiddle all day. He could fiddle chill, he could fiddle fever. He could make a fiddle rustle like a lowland river. He could make a fiddle croon like a lovely woman. Clap like thunder when he quit strumming. And then come the ruck of the bobtail fiddlers, the let's go easies and the fair to middlers. And they got their claps and they lost their vicar. And they all settled back for some more corn liquor. But the crowd was getting tired of their no-count squealing. When out in the center steps old Dan Wheeling with whiskers in his ear. There's a whippoorwill, you better spread your wings. Dan Wheeling got bee honey on his strings. He fiddled high and he fiddled low. He fiddled and he fiddled with a cherwood bow. He fiddled north, he fiddled south. He fiddled the heart right out of your mouth. He started fiddling like a ghost, ended fiddling like a host. He fiddled here and he fiddled there. He fiddled salvation everywhere. And when he was finished, the crowd cut loose. And I sat there wondering, what's the use? Whippoorwill, fly home to your nest. But I stood up pert and I took my bow. Fiddle went to my shoulder so I thought there ain't no crowd to get me phased. I was alone where I was raised, up in the mountains so still it makes you scared, and where God lies sleeping in his great white beard. And I could hear the sounds of the squirrels and the pines, and I could hear the earth breathing in the late night time. And I thought, they fiddled the rose and they fiddled the thorn, but they hadn't fiddled the mountain corn. They fiddled simple and they fiddled marl, but they hadn't fiddled the brushwood laurel. They fiddle loud and they fiddle still, but they still hadn't fiddled a whippoorwill. So I started out with a dump diddle dump and hell broke loose in Georgia. Stump cabinet going on a big stump. My mama was a whippoorwill pert. My daddy, he was lazy. Hell broke loose in a new store. She heard the fiddle all Georgia crazy. Grab your partner, swing it to the middle. Sashay now, listen to my fiddle. Flapjack cooking on a red hot grill. And hell broke loose, hell broke loose, hell broke loose in Georgia. Yeah, found the mountain snakes in the grass. Satan's a bit rolled out of the past. Go down, Moses, set my people free, and pop goes whistling in the Red Sea. Jonah sitting on a hickory bough. Up jumps a whale, and where's your prophet now? Rabbit in the pea patch, possum in the pot. Play my fiddle, getting hot, and sing to the mountain, little whippoorwill. Sing to the mountain, cause you got him sitting still, and you flying high like an eagle's quill. And hell's broke loose in Georgia. But there wasn't a sound when I quit bowing. Oh, somewhere or another the dawn was growing, and I thought, you fiddled all night and lost. You good, hillbilly, but you been bossed. So I went up to congratulate old man Dan. And when I got there, he put his fiddle in my hand. And then the noise of the crowd